What up, YouTube? It's the youngest chief, and today I gotta read something that caught my attention quick. It says, alright, this is what it was like living on the banks of the Nile. Okay. Coming to the throne 30 years after the death of Ramses the Great, Ramses III did credit to his name by repeatedly beating back foreign forces that were threatening Egypt. At the end of his 32-year reign, however, this conqueror was nearly undone by forces close to home. One of his secondary wives conspired to kill him and put her own son on the throne in place of his designated heir. Higher. I don't know which. I don't, anyway, among those she drew into her plot were other women of the harem, men assigned to keep an eye on them and close confidants of the king. They used all the weapons at their disposal, including witchcraft. One conspirator allegedly made wax models of the pharaoh and his loyal aides with the aim of injuring them magically. By one means or another, the plotters may indeed have harmed Ramses III. He died just weeks after the conspiracy was uncovered, of an unrevealed cause. For his demise, he set the wheels of justice in motion against the conspirators. Such was the commitment of Egyptians to the principle of law that even those accused of the gravest of crimes, an assault on the god king, received a full hearing. More than 30 defendants stood trial before a panel of 12 judges. Most of them were found guilty and paid with their lives. Afterwards, several of the judges were themselves accused of compromising the integrity by consorting indecently with defendants, including women of the harem. One judge was acquitted, but 3 others had their noses and ears served in punishment, and one was forced to commit suicide. In the end, Ramses IV, the king's intended heir, assumed the throne. Those who had remained loyal to the royal family gave thanks that order had been restored, but if somehow the plot had succeeded, the adaptable Egyptians would surely have come to terms with that reality and acknowledged the Asper as the legitimate representative of the gods on earth, a ruler worthy of reverence so long as the Nile rose and fell, and the fields flourished, and the enemies of Egypt remained at bay. Right? I have been stating recently that feel as though others are doing black magic to me. I feel as though they tried to steal my identity. They try to take everything that I've worked so hard for, and they say I am not worthy as being a ruler or a good leader, basically, right? But let me show y'all something. Look at what I got. Becoming Osiris. Numerology. The Angels of Atlantis. Sacred Symbols. Oracle. The Egyptian Book of the Dead. It's my personal journal. Oh, it's Chief Osiris. And then we got, you know, some pantheon, you know. We got some Greek goddess and gods. Some papyrus scribes. Not just this one. Shout out Queen Isis. She's my favorite deity, goddess. I love Queen Isis. Shout out to Mot too. Shout out to all of them. Osiris, Anubis, Thoth, Set, Isis, Nephilus, Seth, Geb, Atum, Nut, Hathor, Sekhmet, shout out to all the gods and goddesses. See, I know where I come from. It might not look like I'm royalty, but I know where my bloodline comes from, right? That's not it though. We got the Mayan sun god, the Hanzo man. Blessings for the home. May your home be blessed with love, warmth, and friendship. May this home be blessed with joy, happiness, and success. Amen. We got Lord Ganesh, King Bakal. We also got I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. Queen. I can't get it. I don't know. Whatever. Queen Nefertiti. Sorry. If I don't pronounce it correct, sorry. But another, another little scribe. We got a Deva, sandstone. In Cambodia. Little Mayan offering. Watch over the dead. Anubis. Osiris. That's my guy. Man, they're all my guys and girls. Like, I love them all. They're like, man. I got some headdresses for the royalty. Right? You know, some book endings for my bookshelf. You know. And we got Chief. It's my guy. Looks kind of like me, don't he? It's Chief. Maybe Chief. We got the Frankie, the Myrrh, Queen of Heaven, Geranium. We got White Copal, Sandalwood powder. I burn these every day. Got the Virgin of Guadalupe. You know, shout out Virgin Mary. Shout out Mary of Magdalene. Yeah, I also got, I got this royalty, royalty painting as well. I got this Chiefs blanket, not like the Kansas City Chiefs, but like, Native American chief with, you know, the the symbol for royalty, dynasties in a circle, come full circle, right? Shout out to the spirit of the eagle, my spirit guide. I also have a lot more, but I'll tell you this, I don't have the space for it. If I had the space for it, I would collect everything for devotion. Like, the reason why I'm so quote unquote broke is because I literally spend all of my money on stuff that I use for my spiritual practices, my praying. This is why I'm so protected. Because I don't just have one culture's ancestors and gods and goddesses working with me. I got all of them. But again, remind me how I'm not royalty, right? We also got Animal Speaks. This is my favorite book. This book, although Native American, right? It mentions in the very end Osiris. One time. This whole book mentions Osiris. Native American oracles, animal oracles. Right? Like, this is all I do. I don't do anything else but pray. Give offerings to those before me, the ancestors before me, because without them, there would be no us. Meditate. I love all of my ancestors. In fact, I actually took a road trip to Arizona and packed up all my stuff to go to my personal ancestors. Well, not mine because my tribe's Ojibwe, but a different clan's ancestors, the Hopi, in hopes of gifting them a bunch of my Native American items that I have retrieved back for our culture. I was just gonna give it to them. I just drove all the way from Minnesota all the way to Arizona with the intent of just gifting my elders these gifts. Safe travel. Speaking of travel. But yeah, what I was reading today is only further confirmation of what has happened to me in my life. Envious people wanting to take the throne, lucky. Jealous people wanting to take the throne and wanting what they don't deserve, basically. I knew since a kid that I was going to change the world. I knew it. I didn't know how. I didn't know. I didn't even know how until, honestly, like a couple years ago. Magic, white magic. I don't do black magic. Growth. Speaking of magic, though, see what I mean? Yeah. It's just crazy to me that I get portrayed as the bad guy, or I get portrayed as not deserving. I get portrayed as someone who didn't work hard for what they have in life. Stormy. I get portrayed as someone who hasn't worked for anything in his life, right? With all this spiritual knowledge and wisdom that I have, and the amount of time I spent reading on prophecies, books, different cultures, I would love for anybody to test me on, or I want anyone to challenge or tell me I'm not worthy of it. Transformation, soulmate, past life. That's it. The proof is in the pudding, so to speak. I don't have I don't have to like flaunt it. I don't have to I don't have to say how deserving I am of it. I don't have to tell the world how divine I am or how special I am. Nah. I know it within myself. I don't care if the world knows it or not. What I do care about is the fact that these people try to take what is not theirs and then try to paint the picture as if I'm the one in the wrong, or I upset the gods, right? Well, we clearly see that the land is perished, and we clearly see that Mother Earth isn't doing well. But I can tell you this: if you give back what is deservingly mine, and we do a festival on spring equinox for Mother Earth, we fast, we pray, we sing, we dance, kind of like the Native Americans did, then Mother Earth will balance out her energies. All of these natural disasters going on in the world, she has the ability to stop them. Is she going to do it if those who do not love and appreciate her continue to take power and to take all her resources from her even more? Highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. But I'm very connected to Mother Earth, and she speaks to me all the time. She sends me messages. She sends me signs. She speaks to me through animals. I used to carry this book everywhere I went, and I would look up what animal I would come across, and she would tell me exactly what was happening and what she was trying to, what she was trying to convey to me. Right? And in these images, do I not look like Osiris? All the hieroglyphs. Does that not look like me? Oh, what am I doing? Right there. Does that not? I know what Osiris has to do and going into the underworld and coming in front of the gods to be judged, whether his heart be as light as a feather. And if they failed, that their soul would end up in the fiery pits with the baboons. I I'll accept that. I'll prove it. I am loved by the gods and goddesses. I'm adored. I'm protected. This is fate. And I just want, the only thing I want is what I've worked my ass off for. That's it. Just not even, like, if you guys could just say no. But you have not even considered me to be something special. I've always been overlooked. I've always been treated as someone to take advantage of. Because I'm so giving of myself and everything that I have. I'll give everything that I have just because that's how nice I am. And people notice that and they see it as a weakness, right? This person, ooh, he's an easy target. Don't take my kindness for weakness either, because I can get to snapping. You don't want to see my dark side, and I don't either. That's why I try my best to remain good, positive, and loving. But I ain't a killer, but don't push me, right? Hail to thee, Osiris, son of Nut, professor of two horns and the high Atef crown, to whom the white crown and the scepter have been given in the presence of the Ened, for whom Atum has created awe in the hearts of men, of gods, of the grateful and the dead. Prince of the gods of Duat, great power of heaven, governor of the living and king of the dead, glorified by thousands, about to be millions. Thy son Horus is thy protector. He chases away all evil bound to thee. Raise thyself, Osiris, forever living. Geb has wiped thy mouth. Thy mother Nut placed her hands behind thee. She protects thee. Thou art great with rebirths. Thy two sisters Isis and Nephthys come unto thee and endow thee with life, health, and strength. Thy heart expands in their presence. They put for thee all things into your arms. They are delighted by thee. By their love for thee, they unite for thee all the gods and Kas. They adore thee eternally. Thou art handsome, Osiris. Thou hast appeared in glory, powerful, glorious. Thou hast fixed thy forms. Thy countenance is Anubis. Ra rejoices in thee and combines with thy perfection, for thou hast seated thyself on his pure throne. created for thee by Geb, who loves thee. The protection of Ra is thy safeguard. The magical formulas of Thoth accompany thee, and the protective incantations of Isis have entered all thy limbs. I am coming toward thee, master of the sacred country, Osiris, chief of the Westerners, wonderful who exists forever and ever. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. And just because I'm Native American, don't think that I don't respect Christians or I don't respect their religion. I love Christians. I love Jesus. Jesus is my savior as well. But he's not the only one who is the chosen God's son. We are all God's children. We are all capable of reaching divine status. Right here. The concept of the eternal return. The ancient Egyptian mind was struck by the periodic regularity of certain phenomena. The sun that rises, shines, and disappears without respite every day of the year, and whose pale nocturnal reflection serves humanity as reassurance despite its changing shape. The flood that returns punctually every year at the same time, currently around July 19th or 20th. There is as well the air that is either refreshing or overwhelming depending on the season. Therefore, no cause for astonishment should be found in the fact that the Egyptian concept of the universe has been based upon the principle of eternal return, which reflects the will of the Creator and is founded upon the intrinsic duality of existence, the equilibrium established between two complementary and opposing powers. For the ancients, even Demiurge once had its instituted cosmic order, was not sheltered from the forces of disorder, the pre-existing chaos from which he himself had been torn. All I know in my life is chaos. Like, look at my things are so crowded. Like, I have no space because I just live in chaos. Like, I'm comfortable in chaos, but I'm learning to balance it out and become more organized. And the way that I operate and work is nobody can do it like the way that I do it. Like, it's so unorthodox, it's so different from everybody else. And that's why everyone thinks that I'm just pissing away my life doing nothing, you know? I'm not deserving of nothing. Like, well, don't judge a book by its cover. And you can tell this book has been used because the plastic is already coming on. You can tell my Animal Speaks book is got, you know, it's weathered. It's definitely been opened a couple times. My book, Egyptian Book of the Dead, also. Like, I've read all of these too. The whole things. Emerald Tablets of Thoth. You know, they see in my profile picture that I got a triangle pointing down, right? There's a triangle pointing downward, right? But everyone only focuses on the, you know, the Illuminati, the power. Well, it's about balance. And I'm sorry it had to be me that had to knock you off your high horse, that nobody is forsaken against law, universal law. Everyone faces karma for breaking law, and that's just that. I do as well. That's why I stay mindful of what I'm doing. That's why I don't do magic on others, because I understand karma comes back on me. threefold, if not more. Those who I have asked to stop and continue to do it, you can believe is going to be more than threefold. Because you have to learn your lesson somehow. You have to understand that those things are not okay to do. And I'm trying to relay this in the most, I don't know, the most loving and understanding, compassionate way, I guess. I don't know. I don't have no hate towards anyone. If it were up to me, those who came clean and admitted to what they did, I myself, if I controlled karma, I would want them to be their slate to be wiped clean, right? But then they would never learn a lesson. They would just keep getting away with it. They would do it later on in the future. So that's why when I was coming to this revelation of who my soul was, I prayed so much that I was not the person who weighed the hearts of men. Because you didn't want me to weigh the hearts. For all those who did wrong to me, oh, at the time, this is like 2 years ago, at the time when I was just starting the healing process, I was so angry at the world for the way that they treated Mother Earth, for the way that they don't respect our ancestors and the gods and goddesses that came before us, the deities who put in the hard blood, sweat, and tears to make this world a beautiful place. Just for us to trash it, take all of the resources and just not care about it whatsoever, it's sickening. And the only reason that is happening is because our leaders, that is the energy that they are giving off. That's why they say you cut the head off the snake in war, and the army won't know what to do. The reason the world is like it is today is because the leaders, it's their agenda. That is their way of leading. And by 2042, if this continues, maybe even sooner, if this continues, there will be none of us here. Actually, the select few that will live to repopulate the world. But I have high hopes that that will not happen. And I'm trying everything in my power to stop that from happening. But there are so many people and forces trying to block me from having a platform to show the world like who I am and what the world is really about. I see the spirits of those around me since I've started this YouTube channel, and they are very hateful. Like yesterday, somebody sent me a Snapchat that said they sent me a Facebook link, and I didn't click on it because I'm not stupid. And I said, "What is this?" They said it's an Overwatch video of a Junkrat hiding the whole game, and then killing everyone and fucking over the other team. And I was like, obviously he was saying that about me because I'm fucking over the others. But yet, when they fuck me over and take everything that I have worked for, it's totally fine. They always thought that I would apologize, be the one doing the apologizing because I'm the nice guy. They're upset, so I apologize. because I don't want them to be upset. It must be something that I did. Nah, hell no, I'm not doing that no more. I know it is within them, and I'm not allowing them to take advantage of me or get away with things that I used to, and it's pissing them off. But it's okay when they do it to me. Funny how that works, huh? They're privileged. That's why those who are given everything that they have aren't deserving of it, because they don't know what it's like to struggle. They will never help anybody in the struggle because they see them as better than those others. What are you better than me at? You have more money? You might be better than me at tennis, or you might be better than me at jousting. That's okay. I don't care. Like, I don't like. Yeah, you're better at. There's a lot of people who are better than you at what you are good at. So I mean, I just humble yourself real quick. Just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean you're the best in the world. Because there's somebody else who's better at something else, because that is what their life purpose and intent to do on this earth was. Everyone is a specialist at something. We all are designed to have passion and for something in our life, and that those are the things that we are usually best at in life. But most of us get programmed into not chasing our goals and our dreams. Imagine if I went to study this. Imagine if I went to change my ways and started to voice my opinion, my experiences, my life. You know, I try to be a way shower for others. I try to give voice to the voiceless, those who don't have a voice because they may be scared of the repercussions of speaking out. I don't fear nothing. I don't fear God. I don't fear. I love God. God loves me. Why would I fear him? I have nothing to fear. I don't fear no man. They bleed just like I bleed. They'll die just like I die. I know what my soul is though. And I know it's eternal. I don't fear nothing. Yeah, I just wanted to show that everyone that I love my ancestors from all cultures. I respect them all. All of their religious practice, or all of their religious practices and their beliefs and whatever it may be. I love and respect it. I'm so intrigued and infatuated by it because it's so unique, and every culture has its own roots, and there's a reason why they do the things that they do, the rituals and what they do. Is because each culture had their divine beings, their spiritual leaders, the deities, gods, and goddesses. Every single culture does. None of them are better than the other. We all can learn something from every single culture. And that is what one of my dreams and goals was to open up a nonprofit of 100%, show the receipts of where all the money's going. Two, retrieving old artifacts that are being sold and respectfully returning them to their culture, not putting them in museums for people to pay $80 to get in and look at them. What? You just stole that out the pharaoh's tomb. What the hell? Does that make sense? And there's a reason why they do rituals when they die. It's because those items that they are buried with shall be returned to them in their next lifetime. Y'all didn't know that because you have not done the work. That is why I know that I don't need to conquer and have all of these possessions. Because those who have earned, or those who have all those possessions right now, are not worthy of them in their next lifetime because of the karma that is involved of them getting those items. It's like a video game. Like when you log on, the next day, check in, you have all your stuff, like in GTA, right? Well, you don't. Well, won't. Not saying everyone won't, but those who do not understand the rituals that go along with the dying process and what it takes to... Karma is involved in retrieving your items in the next lifetime. It's a huge part of it. Not just the rituals of what happens to your body after death. That's a huge part of it as well, but the karma in your lifetime is huge. And when I looked up my numerology in my name, it said I had karmic debt. I believe I have karmic debt because I chose to take on this karma to help heal it. But those closest to me thought that I had karmic debt because I want power, I want control. Right? So they looked at me like the bad guy. That is the way that spirit is teaching you a lesson. You got fooled, you got tricked, bamboozled. Maybe next time you will not judge a book by its cover. And you would have understood that what I am telling you in my true intentions are what, like I'm saying. What I say is what I mean. What I say is what I do. Like, what do I gotta lie for? A spade's a spade. I call it how I see it. I don't care who it is. I don't got a reason to lie. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. And that's that. But anyways, I love you guys. I hope whoever needs to see this sees this. I hope whoever, is in those positions. I have love for my ancestors. I respect the cultures, and you let me know if I am deserving. I like to hear your opinion. And don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Don't do that. Don't do that. That pisses me off. I don't want that. Tell me exactly what you're thinking. I'm not scared of the truth. If you tell me I suck, if you think I suck, tell me I suck. If you think that I'll be a horrible leader and that I'd fail, tell me that. I'd love to know. But don't tell me a lie. I can't stand that shit. That's all I ask is, I don't care if you wrong me, just don't lie to me. If you do the crime, you do the time. Like, you know what you're doing, and you chose to do it. So why can't you admit that you chose to do it? If I do something that I know that I shouldn't have done, I'll admit it. I've done a lot of fucked up things. But I won't lie about it. I'll tell you exactly what I did. And that's that. Anyways, I love you guys. You know, love each other. Love your neighbor. Love your spouse. Love Mother Earth. Love Father Son. Love the Great Spirit. And love your roots. Love where you come from. And if you don't know where you come from, look into it. Because you can find a lot of power within your roots. I had no identity until I started reading and doing research about these things that my soul knew that I resonated with. Because I'm familiar with these things. I didn't come to this understanding in just this lifetime. You know how much knowledge and wisdom I have, how many lifetimes it would take? It could take just one, though, if someone is truly dedicated and devoted to that. And it depends how hard you're going. Like someone like me who studies every day, all day, would be a lot quicker than someone who, picks it up once a week, like once every Sunday. I'm not I'm not slighting any of them people, but obviously there's gonna be the preacher, the priest, preaching on the Sundays, and those who go and listen. Which one has the more knowledge and information? Obviously the priest, because they put in more time and effort. And that's that. I prayed for so many days that I wished maybe that's why this is happening. Because I prayed so many days and wished that I didn't have to do this. Because I was so fearful of what the world thought. Maybe maybe that's exactly why. Careful what you wish for. But I guess I can't complain. Thanks. But anyway, I struggled for so long because I did not want to be that person that had to do this. But I know that there's no soul like mine. We are all built differently, and we are all unique in our own ways. And my job and responsibilities and duties here on earth is not bigger or better than anybody else's job and responsibilities and duties here on earth. Those who tend to the farms are just as important as the king. Where did the king get all of the grain, all of the fabric woven, the linen? Where? He didn't go and do it himself in the field. He would never have them things if it wasn't for the community, you know, those around. That's why someone's what someone does and the work that they do, I see people that are envious of my successes. And I'm not envious of anybody's successes. I'm happy for them because they worked for it. I know that I could be anything I want in this lifetime. I could be president. I could be a doctor. I could be an NBA star. I could be a preschool teacher. I could be a cook. I could be whatever the fuck I want. A lawyer. I could be whatever. Because I know that I have all the skills and talents if I apply myself, just like you do. But there are those who dream about being successful, and there are those who work towards being successful. And you cannot take someone's position by wishing. It takes work. And those who wish for that position that, might temporarily get it, those around will start to see that obviously this person is not qualified for that position. Like, how did they end up there? Something's not adding up, right? People ask questions. Because there will always be those who seek the truth. And I remember everything. I remember everything. I don't know how. Like, I'm so blessed for my mind to just have such a good memory. Maybe it's because I learned so much and just, I don't know, I have like some type of photographic memory. I don't even know. I have the Great Spirit in me, that's what. And I give all thanks to the Great Spirit. And I could not have done this on my own. I could not have done this without my ancestors and the gods and goddesses. Like, they have blessed me with all of these things and these opportunities in life. None of this is possible without them, because I had none of this before I started studying. I had money. I had everything I wanted materialistically. But I did not have love within myself, and I didn't find it until I found the gods and goddesses and in spirit. And yeah, that's just the message that I have for y'all today. Again, I love you. Show love to the world. Vibrate at your highest possible frequency you can today. And then tomorrow, do it again. And if if one day you slip and it falls down a little, that's okay. It'll happen. Just pick yourself back up. We all get knocked down. But don't quit. I ain't a motherfucking quitter. That's facts. I'm stubborn and hard-headed. That's why I don't give up. Even though sometimes I should give up on some things, some people, some whatever, I'm stubborn. Anyways, I love you guys. Chiefs out. Miigwech.